Good evening and welcome. I am Ibrahim Adebayo with the Carnival Radio News Update. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has sworn in Dr. Abdullahi Usman Bello as the chairman of the Code of Conduct Bureau (CCB). The brief swearing-in ceremony preceded the Federal Executive Council (FEC), presided over by President Bola Tinubu. The ongoing council meeting has almost members present, with the exception of few said to be out of the country for various national assignments. Among those not attending the meeting is Vice President Kashim Shettima, who is attending the Commonwealth Health of Nations meeting in Apia, Samoa. Meanwhile, the Federal Ministry of Housing, under the control of the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmad Musa Dangiwa, has issued a 60-day ultimatum to holders of federal government certificates of occupancy (CFO) to settle outstanding grant, rent, and statutory charges or face the revocation of their titles. The directive was delivered during the 29th Conference of Directors of Lands in Abuja. Dangiwa warned that non-compliance has already resulted in the loss of trillions in revenue for the federal government. The minister stressed that such losses can no longer be tolerated under President Bola Tinubu Renew Hope agenda, as the government urgently requires this fund to support critical development initiatives. In another development, the Lagos State government has explained its decision not to join other states in their lawsuits against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission before the Supreme Court. According to the state, an ongoing case between it and the Anti-Graft Agency over a similar issue is already before the Apex Court. Addressing journalists today during a 2-day strategic management meeting with ministry, department, agencies, and stakeholders, the Lagos Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Lawal Pedro, SAN, said after the Lagos State House of Assembly passed a law to establish a state anti-corruption agency, the EFCC, through the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, took the state to the Supreme Court. However, Pedro explained that joining the new suit along other states would constitute an abuse of the court process, as the matter between the EFCC and the Lagos State is already under consideration by the court. On the foreign scene, Lebanon State News Agency says Israel has carried out at least 4 airstrikes on the historic Lebanese port city of Tyre, hours after expanding its evacuation orders to cover several central neighborhoods. Meanwhile, videos showed huge clouds of black smoke rising from seafront area that is only a few hundred meters from UNESCO World Heritage listed Roman ruins. There were no immediate reports for any casualties. The Israeli military earlier warned civilians to leave, saying it is going to act forcefully against the armed group Hezbollah there. Tens of thousands of residents had already fled the city in recent weeks in response to Israel's intense air campaign and grand invasion. And the world of sports, the first leg of the international friendly between the Super Falcons and their Algerian counterparts will now be played at Remo Star Stadium in Ikenne. Meanwhile, the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos, was originally scheduled to host the game, and the encounter will hold on Saturday, October 26, as earlier planned. The Nigerian Football Federation announced the venue change today without stating any reason for the decision. The second friendly will however take place at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikan, next week Tuesday. And that ends the Carnival Radio News Update. Thank you so much for listening. I am Iroyin Adebayo. You can download the Carnival Media app from the Google Play Store and iOS App Store. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́ o, àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn lámúhásẹ́tì gbọ́yìn láti iléeṣẹ́ Carnival Radio. Ibrahim Adébáyọ̀ lóníròyìn yìí. Nínú àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ti ìrọ̀lẹ́ òní, ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu ló ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ búra fún ọ̀mọ̀wé Abdullahi Usman Bello tí í ṣe alága tuntun fájọ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó ń rí sí ìlànà kíkó àkóyawọ́ nínú ètò ìṣèjọba ìyún Code of Conduct Bureau CCB. Ètò ìbúra ráńpẹ́ náà ló wáyé ṣáájú ìpàdé àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ tó ga jù nílẹ̀ yìí tí ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu léwájú ẹ̀ lónìí nílùú Àbújá. Ìpàdé àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ tó wáyé làwọn ìkàn nínú ìṣèjọba tó wà lóde lásìkò yìí péjúpésẹ̀ síbẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí àwọn tí wọ́n lọ sí òkè òkun fún ìpàdé lóríṣiríṣi tó ṣe pàtàkì sílẹ̀ wa. Lára àwọn tí kò sí níbi ìpàdé àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ láti rí igbákejì ààrẹ Alhaji Kashim Shettima, ẹni tí ó ń ṣojú ilẹ̀ wa níbi ìpàdé àjọ Commonwealth fáwọn aṣáájú orílẹ̀-èdè lágbàáyé èyí tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ ní Apia tó wà lórílẹ̀-èdè Samoa. Nínú ìròyìn míẹ̀wẹ̀, mínísítà tó ń ṣe kò kárí ọ̀rọ̀ ilégbèé tó ń ti ààtò ìlú nílẹ̀ yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ahmed Musa Dangiwa ló ti fi gbèdéke 60 ọjọ́ sílẹ̀ fáwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣàmúlò àwọn dúkìá pàápàá àwọn ilẹ̀ tó jẹ́ tìjọba tí wọ́n ń ṣàyálò rẹ̀ láti rí dájú pé wọ́n lọ san àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ tó yẹ sápò ìjọba lójú ọjọ́. Bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ wọn yóò pàdánù rẹ̀ tàbí káwọn gbà á lọ́wọ́ wọn pátápátá. Mínísítà fọ́rọ̀ ilégbèé ló fi àṣẹ nípa ìkéde náà síta bẹ́ẹ̀ lásìkò ìpàdé ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n fáwọn alákòóso fọ́rọ̀ ilẹ̀ tó wáyé nílùú Àbújá. Bákan náà ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dangiwa kò tún ṣàìtẹnumọ́ ìkìlọ̀ náà dáadáa fáwọn èèyàn tọ́rọ̀ kàn láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ nítorí pé ìjọba ló ti ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ pàdánù ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ tírílíọ̀nù náírà tó yẹ kó máa wọlé sápò wọn, èyí tíjọba tó wà lóde lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu kò fẹ́ kó túbọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú. Ìdí nìyí táwọn fi pa kítí mọ́lẹ̀ láti wá nǹkan ṣe sí i kíjọba lè láǹfààní láti rí owó lò fáwọn nǹkan amáyédẹrùn tó ń ti ìdàgbàsókè lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Kò ní jù báyìí lọ lórí àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn láti iléeṣẹ́ Carnival Radio. Ẹ láǹfààní àti dáńlóòdù áàpù Carnival lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára App Store tàbí Google Play Store kẹ́sì fi sórí ẹ̀rọ Android yín lẹ́bàá láǹfààní àti máa gbọ́ wa láti ìgbàdégbà. Ibrahim Adébáyọ̀ ló ti ń ròyìn fún iléeṣẹ́ Carnival Radio. A kú gbìyànjú látàárọ̀, Ọlọ́run bá mi Ìdùmarè yóò dé ìgbìyànjú wa ládé ẹjẹ́ á ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́ pẹ̀lú bá a ti ṣe ń lọ léyìí, àní ṣubú ara a sì ní ṣubú ẹ̀mí pẹ̀lú.